You mean like Grima?
Like Grima or Christmas Robin, if you want to go with that.
I like Christmas Robin. Probably Grima Robin. And also because he looks like the Grinch. Did you notice that? If you've seen the character, in the way that they drew him, I'm like, that looks like the Grinch. So yeah, probably Grima Robin. I love that franchise. You know what, honestly, like that franchise was dead in the water when I went in to record Robin for the first time, for Awakening. And literally, it was the franchise's last chance. If Awakening didn't do anything, they were gonna literally shelve it. And so luckily Awakening really turned into, breathe a whole second life into the franchise, which I love being a part of. Yeah.
Yeah. It's close to dying. Yeah.
Would you take the opportunity to be in a tokusatsu show?
To be in a which show?
Tokusatsu show, like comic writers and that type of thing.
Oh, I've been in Kamen Rider. Yeah. Can't remember the character that I played. It wasn't a large one, but yeah, 100% I would. And actually, I can announce now. Pardon me. I just directed a series called Katsugeki Token Rambu. It's a new Aniplex title. I believe it's coming out this month or next month. But keep your eyes peeled for it. It's starring Robbie Damon, Ben Diskin, and a whole slew of, it's just an all-star cast. And I directed the series. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience directing it. Yes?
Do you have any roles, either in games, animation, live action, whatever, that you regret doing?
No. Any roles that I regret doing? Nah.
Okay.
Nah. I think it's so fun. It's such an interesting career. And so getting to do what I do and getting paid to go in and be silly and talk and all that stuff is, it's very rewarding. So I haven't had any that have really bugged me. Yeah.
Of the rumored and currently aired and without dubs, is there any anime that you would absolutely die to voice act for?
That are out now?
A show that is currently out in sub but has not been.
Oh, that hasn't been dubbed yet. All of them. I think that's the safest answer. No, I can't think of any one in particular. But I mean, we're actors. We love work. So yeah.
Out of all the characters, is it hard to pick a favorite? And if so, if you were put at gunpoint and you had to choose a favorite, who would it be and why?
With a gun to my head, who would my favorite character be? I would have to say Grimjow, hands down. He's such a cool character, and his attitude is just awesome. But I love them all. It's like picking a favorite kid. Yeah. Huh?
So, as Robin, who would you pick to marry?
Female Robin.
Would that be incest or masturbation?
Both. Yeah.
Becoming a director changed your voice?
Being a director, I've directed stuff in the past, but this was my first big. I directed a movie for Bang Zoom, and then I directed this series. How it's changed me as an actor, I've learned and this is important, what not to do in the booth that your director will find very annoying. So I curbed doing that stuff. And that type of stuff, I've learned, and I also because especially on working on Katsugeki Token Rambu, that series was awesome, and I learned so much just from my colleagues. Watching them in the booth while I was directing them, telling and getting what I needed from them, but at the same time I was also observing them. And I have to say that every single actor that I worked with in that show was just spectacular and very talented individuals. So that's what I've learned. I learned and picked up different tricks, timing tricks. That Ben Diskin does this thing whenever he's doing it, because you have these 3 beeps before you start talking, and he had this rhythmic thing that he did before every take, and I copied him and I took that. So I'm always learning, even though I'm directing. But I love to direct. Yeah.
Is there a show or video game or anything that you've done that has your regret got popular because of how annoying its fans have been?
No, that's a good question. But no, actually, you know, I have to say that I've been very fortunate. I've never been annoyed by fans of any project that I've done. You know, I think that has character description in it. If you're lucky, you get a picture of what the character looks like. That doesn't always happen. But what you'll get is a character description. And in that character description, you're going to say how old they are they a hero, are they a villain, are they melancholy, are they excitable, all of these different character traits in this description. And then what you do is you give that description so that the actor can then interpret that. Because no actors are not going to give you the same thing as if you're a director or a screenwriter. And often their interpretation will inspire you as a director and writer, because they'll bring something to the character that never even occurred to you. As an actor, what I do is I take that exact same thing, that character description, and I will go and read the dialogue that the character is saying. And you never, as an actor, you never open your mouth without a reason, right? So I find out in each bit of dialogue what that character wants, why they're saying what they're saying, and then I apply the character description to it, and that's where I come up with my character voice, and that's where I come up with the intentions as well, why my character is talking. Good questions. Really good questions, yes.
Any voice actors that you've ever looked up to?
Any voice actors that I've ever looked up to? I would say Dan Castellaneta is one of my voice acting heroes. He is just remarkably talented with his voices that he does. I think he's an inspiration. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you first, then you.
What is your favorite type of character voice?
My favorite type of character to voice are the ones that pay me. No, I'm just kidding. I like villains. I mean, I've done heroes and villains. I like villains. I'm doing a really bad villain. Anybody fans of horror
Yes.
at all? Okay, so we've got some horror fans in here. There's an app out called Yarn, and they have got these short films on there that are part of these text-based horror stories. And I'm starring in one. I've already starred in one, and they're turning it into a series now called Hacked. And I play this really creepy dude who's a villain, and I also voice him because he wears a mask. He wears those old Japanese masks that's cracked, and of course has blood and guts all over it. But I'm doing a villain character, so I mean that's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying playing that character. You got a question? Anything that is underrated and deserves more attention. As far as anime? As far as anything. I would say, as far as anime, I'll plug this one, but there's one called Gun Sword, or Gun X Sword. Love that series, and hardly anybody ever saw it. It was such a good show. Yeah, I love that. And yes, full disclosure, I voiced the main character. But that being said, it's a really good show. So I recommend watching that. Yes.
If you had to voice a Star Wars character, which one would you want to do the most?
Han Solo. Hands down. Hands down. I would love to do Solo. Vanessa? Vanessa's out here from McAllen, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Those are her two lovely cousins who live here, well, kind of here, near here, in North Carolina. You had a question, Vanessa. My favorite horror movie? The original Halloween. Yes, that is legit. Scared me to death as a kid.
I still have nightmares. Yeah, really, it's
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious, have you ever seen this new horror movie? It's called Quiet Place. If you have, like, what do you think about it? Because I know it had like a very big impact on like audiences who watched it.
I didn't see it. at all. I don't want to give away spoilers for those who haven't seen it. It's called A Quiet Place.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, like it's pretty much 95% of the time they communicate in sign language because there's monsters hunting them that are attracted to sound, so they keep quiet so they're not found. Apparently, like it's so good. Like some people have been like too scared to make even a sound inside the movies. Like that's how good it is. And like one of the actresses in the film, like who plays her daughter, is actually deaf, so they all learn sign language.
That's amazing. I have to see it now.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Very good.
Have you
I'll
seen
way
it?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Very
I saw how I saw how that movie ends.
All of them. Every single one. No, honestly, that's a great question. And what most people don't realize is when you're an actor, like literally 95% of our job is auditioning. 5% is actually work. And that's being generous. And then out of all those auditions, you may get 1 or 2 out of 100 auditions for voiceovers. So it's crazy competitive. All the way back, yeah.
Who is your most favorite person you worked with?
My most favorite person that I've worked with. They're all so good. You know, honestly, like, that's one of the great things about being a voiceover actor as well, is the community of voice actors and directors and everybody that we work with are the nicest people you'll ever meet. Some of my favorite people, Wendy Lee, who's an actress and director. Patrick Seitz is one of my favorite people. I mean, there's just too many for me to name. They're all just really wonderful, like good souls. Really good people, yeah.
For people who want to become a voice actor or going into the business, what's something that they may not ever think about when going in, or something you wish people would know that they don't really know?
That's a really good question. What, for people who are going into voice acting, who are going to pursue this as a career, what is something that I wish that they all knew? First, there's a website called iwannabeavoiceactor.com, which is loaded with great information. But one of the things that I would say is don't let anybody discourage you from what you want to do. Yes, it's competitive. It's very competitive, but somebody's going to get the job. Why shouldn't it be you? And then I would just say don't expect anything to happen overnight. It takes time and a lot of persistence. And for every audition that you do that you don't get, chalk that up as a badge of honor. And don't treat an audition like the end-all be-all. Just go in and do what you do, you know? And don't think about the results of the audition. Think about the audition itself and have fun with the audition. Because 99% of the time you're not going to get it. 1% of the time you get it, great, it's gravy. But that's what I would say. Is I would focus more on your auditions. That's your job. You're basically a professional auditioner. And then once in a while, then you book something and great, whee, off you go. Yes. I like all kinds of music. I love pop, but I also am a country and bluegrass junkie. I like, those are really kind of very little rap. Some rap I like, but not much. And then, just really across the board. But yeah, definitely a country and bluegrass junkie. Yeah.
Any blooper reels that we should know about?
Oh man, I put together a blooper reel. I don't know if they're going to release it or not, but for Katsugeki Token Rambu, we did some pretty awesome bloopers. I don't know if they're going to release it though. Keep your eyes peeled for that though. If they do, I promise you it'll be worth it. Yeah. Whose voice?
I think Todd Habercorn. He's gonna do some haber acting.
I love Todd. Todd and I are friends. So I always, whenever I see him,
Hi Todd, how are you? Good, Dave. Pretty good, Todd. Thanks, Todd.
Yeah, conversations back and forth. Me and Todd Habercorn. Oh, awesome.